should just be do your work. And like if everybody is like, can handle their job or what their thing is that they're doing, then it should just be an easy process. I mean, it shouldn't, the word work shouldn't be, creative.
I think, it's pretty remarkable for your age to really do all of these things.
That's not my first project. It's, maybe like my 100th. Or 200th. But, it's, like I'm a music maker and a producer at first. You know what I mean? So really stepping out like this is something that's, new, and it was something that was kind of like, well, maybe I should get on with this. Maybe I should go on and do this. As something that's unfinished. Some people might call it bucket list things. And maybe this is kind of a bucket list item or bucket list listing. Listing.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But it's definitely not my first recording project, my first CD.
You actually wrote one of the songs, one of my all-time favorite, Special Part of Me, and produced it on Marvin Gaye and Brian Rice, right?
Right.
How was that? Were they in the studio at the same time?
No, they were not. It was like kind of an unusual thing. You have situations where you have like a lead singer will come in at one time, and then maybe the background singer will come in at another time. But that's a situation where people are singing together that they don't be together. At least in those days. Of course, now everybody's doing things digitally where you can just send data to New York. Tony Bennett did something like that with a bunch of duets, and like a lot of the performances of the other people were not in the studio with him. And I think Ray Charles, there's been actually a few that have done things with people who were guesting on their product or on their CD, and they were not even there. But in those days, it was really unheard of. It was really unheard of. So it was like kind of had everybody kind of in a in a quandary as to how they were going to make this work. But they did.
So you would think that would be more prevalent today with all the technology opposed to then, because I understand then when you did your background, you had everybody pretty much there. Everything was really hands-on.
Yeah, but see, in those days, I also understand that changed from like the days of the 50s and 40s, when everything was done together at one time and one rolling. Well, not necessarily one rolling, but like, they had, Frank Sinatra or somebody like in the booth, and they had a full orchestra here, and everybody just made the record at one time, and it all just went on the record right then and there.
Very interesting. In doing this particular CD, you've actually had a few people fly in from other places, and you had some pretty strong, in their own right, musicians that worked with you on this. Can you talk to us a little bit about the players that you had on here?
Yeah, there were mostly local players that came in. There's a guy named Carmelo Scafidi, who's a trumpet player, who's from Canada. And he had come in, not necessarily like to play on this, but he was doing something with the Tito Jackson or something. And so I had asked him to come over and play. So he'd come in, played on two tracks. One was called Lean Curves, and the other song was called The Sins of Yora. It was just kind of a Latin kind of song, the second song on the CD currently. And there were a saxophone player by the name of California who did a great job, like all through the CDs, playing a lot of lines. And wonderful singers that did a lot of vocals. They usually work well like with vocals, and I like layering vocals to things in all kinds of ways. And I really wanted to add and include vocals on my product. And so like I had people like Brenda Lee Edgar, Stephanie Sproul, Charlotte Pope sang a lead on one of the songs called Love's Worst Hour. Did a great job. And of course, Tommy Wright sang and wrote one of the songs, a song called More, which she kind of made me sing. You know, I was going to have guest singers on it, but I sang it, and it's okay, it's okay. It's a great song, though. It's a wonderful, wonderful song.
Yeah, that, you know, that you're mentioning that, it's really pretty strong to me that when someone puts on a CD, say you're listening to a CD, it's not every day that you find someone with the presence that you have on the CD, and especially where each song, I might find 1, 2, maybe even 3 songs that I really like, but it's pretty out there to think that every song on here I really, really enjoyed, and I'm not just saying that.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But let me go back.
I think you should. That would be a good house.
I appreciate your honesty.
Edit that out.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. Let's go back though for a second.
Love's First Hour is about spousal abuse. It's about abuse in the home, and it's from the perspective of the woman who is just devastated by that someone can do this to her, someone that she felt that she knew and she loved. And but you never know what makes a person go off as far as becoming.
It hurts to talk about the day.
But there's no reason, no excuse, no place has a woman in a violent way.
When we
Or
turn
raised that way. I thought my mama showed it, put her hands on me. She whooped. Ooh, she whooped me. I think that was abuse. She whooped my hand.